Hello everyone and welcome back to Completionist Progress. Since the last episode, a lot of updates have come to the game, including most of Varlamore, and I'm a bit behind, so time to play a bit of catch-up. In the last episode, I finally got back my quest cape and music cape, but since then I kind of been slacking a bit. There's been several updates now that I've added more quest and music tracks, and yeah, I haven't really done any of them. So yeah, time to once again go and get them back. I've already started on it and did complete Perilous Moons, but the audio didn't record for the clip, so here's that. And now time to go knock out the others. And there is While Gothic Sleeps completed. It took me a while to finally get around to it, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I played the original back in the day and was one of my favorite quests then, and I really liked the changes they made. It was kind of minimal compared to what some people were expecting, but I still think it's a really good quest, and definitely nice to see it in Old School. I just finished up Death on the Isle, and I have to say, I was a little disappointed with that. From how they described it being like a modern murder mystery quest, I guess I figured there'd be a lot more clues to kind of decipher and figure it out. You know, kind of a bit like, I guess, a Guardian of Death, you know, translating the words and having to solve the puzzle that way. But instead it was kind of straightforward in figuring out who did it, and it didn't really feel like it had quite the stakes I was hoping for. But it still was a fun quest. So I have to say, Ethically Acquired Antiques is probably my favorite of the new quests. But with those completed, yeah, now I have all of the quests and all of the music tracks again. So I can now, once again, wear my quest cape and music cape and use their respective teleports. Hooray! But now that I got that done, I really would like to unlock some other teleports. So in Death on the Isle, you're able to get this icon, which is used to activate a statue, which allows a pendant that I currently don't have to teleport to it. So I want to go around and unlock all those statues, as well as build all the Quetzal bird sites, because you unlock several of the Quetzals just from, you know, getting to Varlamore, but there's several others around, like I think the one down here, the one out here, and a few others that I just never went around and built. So I'm going to go get some Quetzal feed, go around and build all those, and activate all the statues. And there is the last Quetzal landing site built, so all of them are unlocked now. And something else I've been thinking about, because this is one of the things to do on the completionist list, you know, unlock all the different transportation methods, but one other random thing that I've been putting off for a long time is building the utilities on the Isle of Souls. So since I'm in a building mood, let's go knock that out real quick too. Now that I got all those completionist things built, there's one last little bit of housekeeping I want to tack on the end here. As funny as it would be to wait until the next league comes out to do this, I've had these scrolls from the League's 4 sitting in my bank for a while now. So yeah, let's just unlock these new animations. There's the Alchemy, here's the Home Teleport, the Death animation, and the Vengeance animation. And after the upcoming league, I'll probably have a few more to unlock, but yeah, that should be all the animations for now, and a few more completionist tasks down. So I'm currently participating in a bingo, and one of the tiles is again an Abyssal Dagger, and I not only have the Sire task from the other episode, but after storing that and trying to skip for another task for the bingo, I got another Sire task. So I wanted to go ahead and get myself Emberlight, so I would hopefully have a bit of a better time at Sire. I hear it does improve it because you no longer need to do the stat draining. So yeah, now I have Emberlight here, so that should make Sire a little nicer to kill, and hopefully I can go get an Abyssal Dagger. Well, I got an Unsired for another bludgeon piece, so I guess I'm going to be starting on the second bludgeon now. And another Unsired for... darn. Unfortunately, in 3 Unsired, I was not able to pull the Abyssal Dagger, just a couple pieces towards my second bludgeon and an Abyssal Head. The good news is that someone else on my team did manage to pull the Abyssal Dagger, so yeah, I won't be doing any more Abyssal Demons right now. I still have some left on my Slayer task. Now, I was actually going to go do Tormented Demons, because I have a stored task for Greater Demons, but while I was working on Sire, someone did manage to get the Tormented Synapse we needed for there. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get up to yet, but have to put a rain check on finishing this bludgeon. So I AFK'd the armored zombies with Blood Barrage, and I managed to snag myself a zombie axe for another collection log slot. It only took 220 kills, so yeah, pretty quick. Well, I'm about to be 6-hour logged, but there is another collection log slot, the Warp Scepter from the Warp Tortoises. I've been opening a few clues for an event, and I managed to pull myself an Adamant Dragon Mask as the first notable unique, as well as a Master Clue, so yeah, gonna see if I get anything from that as well. Well, there's a new clog slot from a horror clue, just a Zamorak Coif, but yeah. Oh wow, so there is some gilded boots, which is an awesome collection log slot to see. The bad news is I've been opening these clues for a bingo, and we do need gilded, but gilded boots do not count, and my team already pulled them once too, so this is the second pair of gilded boots that don't count for the gilded tile, unfortunately, but yeah, fancy pair of boots at least. Took me so long to get the recorder set up that I almost missed picking up the drop, but there is some Huey hides from Huey. Well, the bingo has now concluded, and I've been trying to weave together all the clips as cohesively as I can, but I was jumping around to work on a lot of different tiles for the team, and not everything I worked on had clips at all. Like, I did a bunch of Seracnus and never got anything there, not even the cudgel yet. And on the last day, we sent a bunch of necks, which didn't have any clips, but there was a few notable things I want to go over. The first is that I managed to get myself all the next combat achievements except for duo necks, which is honestly something I'd like to do more in the future to see if I could get this. I wouldn't say Nex is a fun boss, but it isn't that bad, and I would definitely like to do more, especially if I can get some better gear like the Zerite crossbow. I also did manage to get myself ancient ceremonial gloves while getting kill count. I have a little screenshot of that. But unfortunately, despite spending all of the last day grinding Nex as a team, we did not get the drops we need as a tile. We did get some Torva plate legs, which was a nice 37 mil split, but yeah, we didn't manage to get the tile and ended up coming in third in the bingo, which was a disappointing way to end it off. So for a bit of a change of pace, I decided to work on some mahogany homes. I've actually never done any on this account yet, and while I don't want to go for the full green log right now, if I just go here to rewards, I do have enough to get the plank sack, which will make it a lot easier to get more points in the future, and it's also useful for some other things like Hall Sepulchre when I go back there. So yeah, there's a plank sack down. So one thing I would really like to get is that new pendant to help teleport around Varlamore. Now I could kill the lower level Frost Nogwas over here for the pendant and the tiers, but given how high level I am with some pretty good gear, it makes more sense to kill the boss variant because it's a low level boss, and it not only drops the same items as the Frost Nogwas at a higher drop rate with a 1 in 25 for a pendant and a 1 in 100 for the hammers, but it also has a pet and it also has some combat achievements, and I don't expect any of these to be too difficult, but it would be nice to see if I can at least knock them out to get closer to the elite tier here. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to probably stay until I can get the hammers, or at least hopefully stay until I get the hammers, and at least stay until I get the pendant. Also, I have been trying to learn how to pronounce all these new bosses and items, but some of them are a little trickier than others. I can't find a good like real world example for the hammers or for a Moxier, but I think it's going to be something like a Moxliat, because I did look it up and it's not Huey Codal, it's Hui Coat. So yeah, I'm at least trying to learn all these names, but some of them are a little trickier than others. Anyway, let's see if I can get that pendant and hopefully the hammers as well, and maybe the pet if I'm lucky. Well, that didn't take very long at all. So second kill, I managed to get the pendant as well as several CAs. So actually, let's get up here real quick. I think the problem is, actually, I think I might not have picked up some tiers that kill. Oh well, I only have 2 tiers, so I can't teleport too much, but at least make getting back here a lot easier, because I might need to improve a little bit if I want to get some of these CAs. Like, I think one's 30 seconds, so I might want to go back to Play Around House and get spec between each kill or something like that. But it doesn't seem like that hard of a boss, just taking a little bit to warm up to it. Well, there it is. There's the Glacial Hammers. So I've been grinding a lot of Amox. Quick exit before it spawns and kills me. But yeah, I went a little dry there. It took me 212 kills, and I actually was going to give up soon because it's a 1 in 100, and yeah, I was getting a bit sick of the boss. But we look in the collection log. Now I have everything here but the pet, and we go to the combat achievements. I did manage to complete all of them. Getting the speed time was a little tricky. Ended up just going in and doing a Ruby Bolt spec, then declaws, and just trying to get a fast kill till I got it. But yeah, a pretty fun boss. I'll definitely go back in the future, but now I really want to go on to something else. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be it for this episode. There's a whole list of other things I wanted to work on, as well as a new quest that came out. But all that's going to have to wait for the next episode, because Leagues very quickly went from being over a month away to less than a week away, and if I don't get this video out before Leagues, it's going to get delayed months until after Leagues, and I don't want to put it off that long. So yeah, sorry for a bit of a shorter episode, but hopefully it was still enjoyable, and hopefully I can pick right back up after Leagues and get back to all the grinds that didn't make it for this time. Also, I want to let you know that after years of putting it off, I finally updated my completionist list to a new major version covering content all the way up until Varlamore Part 2. I'm hoping to get a minor update out before Leagues if I can, covering the Part 2 content as well, but if you want more updates on that, you can join the Discord I have for it. And I also still need to update my personal list I link in these videos. That's going to take a bit of time though, so that might not happen until during or after Leagues. And yeah, I am going to be playing League, so stay tuned if you're interested in those videos. And aside from that, thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.